Hey, Cowboys Nation! Before we dive into today's headline-grabbing topic, don't forget to hit that like button to show your support for this channel. It helps us keep bringing you the latest and most important stories surrounding our Dallas Cowboys, and you'll want to stay tuned for this one because we're tackling a question that's been sparking debate all over Cowboys Twitter and fan forums, and you know we're going all in. Look, the Cowboys are a team constantly looking to get better, especially after a disappointing 7-10 season that left a bad taste in everyone's mouth. The front office has been moving with purpose, the players are getting dialed in, and it's clear the mission is to return to playoff relevance in 2025. So it's no surprise that every decision, every rumor, and every possibility is under the microscope right now. But today's question hits different. It's about one of the absolute cornerstones of this franchise. One of the most electric players we've seen wear the star in decades. Yeah, we're talking about Micah Parsons. So, here's the deal. There's been a buzz recently about whether the Cowboys should consider trading Micah Parsons instead of signing him to what could be the most expensive contract for a defensive player in NFL history. The argument goes something like this. Could Dallas improve the roster more by flipping Parsons for multiple premium draft picks and avoiding the enormous salary cap hit that's coming? On the surface, it's a fair question. But let's really break this down. Let's say you're running the Cowboys and you know Parsons is going to command somewhere around $35–40 million per year, maybe even more than what Myles Garrett or Aaron Donald ever got. That's a huge commitment, and we've seen what big money deals can do to cap flexibility. Just ask the Rams how long it took to rebuild around Donald's mega deal. Now imagine a team comes along, say a QB-needy contender, and offers you 3 first-round picks and a starting caliber player. That's tempting, right? You're talking about flipping one superstar for the potential to draft multiple impact players and rebuild several positions at once. And with the current state of the Cowboys roster, an aging offensive line, no clear long-term answer at running back, and questions at wide receiver beyond CeeDee Lamb, the idea of a big injection of young talent sounds attractive. You could even compare it to the blockbuster deal the Raiders made years ago when they traded Khalil Mack to the Bears. That reset the franchise for Vegas, eventually, and it allowed the Bears to contend right away, at least for a bit. So yeah, on paper, it's a discussion worth having. Now that we've humored that side of the argument, let's get serious. Micah Parsons isn't just any good player. He's a generational talent. Since stepping onto the field, in 2021, he's done nothing but dominate. We're talking about a guy who has 52.5 career sacks, over 250 tackles, and 4 Pro Bowl appearances in his first 3 seasons. He's been all-pro, he's changed games, he's shifted blocking schemes. He's the focal point of every offensive coordinator's game plan. You don't trade that. And sure, people love to say, well, we could get a couple first-round picks. Okay, let's play that out. Let's say those picks become Tyler Smith, Maisie Smith, and Tyler Guyton, 3 of the Cowboys' recent first-round selections. Would you give up all 3 of them to get Parsons today? I bet you would. Now flip that around. Would you trade Parsons away just to get them? Probably not. Because while those are good players, they're not guaranteed game wreckers like Micah. With him, you already hit the jackpot. Why gamble again? And let's not forget, Micah has only scratched the surface of his prime. He's just 25 years old. He's developing not only as a pass rusher, but as a leader in the locker room. We saw that leadership recently when he defended his teammates publicly and showed up to voluntary workouts, something he didn't do last year. That's growth. That's buy-in. That's the guy you build your defense around for the next decade. Yes, Parsons is going to get paid, likely in the $35–40 million per year range. That's the going rate for someone who resets the market. But the thing is, you knew this was coming. Everyone did. The moment Parsons started racking up sacks at a historic pace, you knew you had a record-breaking contract on the horizon. The Cowboys had time to plan, they had time to budget. This isn't a surprise. It's not a Micah problem. It's a front office planning problem if you get caught unprepared. And let's be honest, what do you draft for every April? What's the dream when you're looking at these college prospects? You're looking for a Micah Parsons, a game changer, a once-in-a-decade guy. So when you already have that player, when you already hit on the pick, why on earth would you let him go? Micah Parsons has the potential to go down as one of the greatest defenders in Cowboys history. We're talking DeMarcus Ware levels, maybe even beyond. He's on that kind of trajectory. If he plays another 5 or 6 years at this pace, he's a Hall of Famer. Easy. And think about what that means for the franchise. Think about what that means for the next wave of Cowboys fans. Do we want to be the team that let that kind of player walk away? No, absolutely not. You build around guys like Micah. You fill in the gaps with smart draft picks, good coaching, and cap management. But you keep your superstars. That's how you win in this league. While we're on the topic of roster building, the Cowboys did make a small but potentially important move by signing offensive lineman Hakeem Adeniji. The 27-year-old has bounced around the league a bit, starting in Cincinnati, then landing with the Vikings, and most recently spending a season on injured reserve with the Browns. He's not going to be your next All-Pro, but he does bring versatility and depth to a position that desperately needs it. He's played both tackle spots and right guard, and with Zach Martin's retirement and ongoing battles along the offensive line, every bit of depth helps. Adeniji will compete for a swing tackle role and could even push for the open right guard. Smart. It's not a flashy signing, but it's a smart one. And let's be real, Dallas has had a pretty decent track record finding value in low-cost linemen. The O-line is washed. They're not what they used to be. There's no more dominance up front. But those takes just don't hold up when you look at what actually happened last season. Despite the early struggles in 2024, we're not sugarcoating it, there were bumps, this group came together down the stretch in a way that deserves way more respect than it's getting. According to Pro Football Focus, the Cowboys finished 9th overall in pass blocking efficiency. That's top 10, folks. And that's with a rookie at tackle and a rookie at guard being thrown into the fire from day one. Think about that. Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe, 2 rookies, were asked to protect the most valuable player on this team in one of the most high-pressure environments in football, and by the end of the year, they delivered. Beebe especially turned heads. He wasn't just good, he was one of the best rookie offensive linemen in the entire league. He held his own against top-tier defensive tackles and showed incredible strength, awareness, and footwork. Especially for a first-year player, Guyton, on the other hand, had a rockier start, but you could see the growth week to week. By December, he was no longer a liability. He was locking down his edge more consistently, handling speed rushers better, and showing the kind of potential that gets you excited about the future. Remember the context: injuries and offensive instability. Let's also not forget what this offensive line was dealing with in 2024. Dak Prescott missed time. CeeDee Lamb missed time. The offense as a whole was in flux, and when you don't have consistent weapons or a healthy quarterback, the line's job gets way harder. You're not just blocking, you're compensating. Defenses were able to tee off on the line early in the season because they didn't respect the Cowboys' ability to stretch the field. But once the passing game found some rhythm again, especially late in the year, the line's true performance started to show. And now, heading into 2025, we're talking about a line that includes Tyler Smith, who continues to grow into an anchor at left guard, Cooper Beebe, who might be the most impressive young interior lineman in the NFC, Tyler Guyton, who's developing fast and could be a long-term solution at tackle, Hakeem Adeniji, just added for depth, with experience at guard and tackle. And don't forget Zach Martin if the Cowboys can convince him to return or even step into a mentoring role. This isn't some patchwork group held together by duct tape. This is a young, ascending offensive line that could be a force in 2025. What the film shows now, for those of you who love digging into the All-22 film, shout out to the football nerds, I'm one of you, it tells the same story. By week 10 and beyond, you could see it on tape. Better communication on stunts, improved double-team execution, quicker adjustments to blitzes, and way fewer breakdowns in protection. Beebe in particular was a revelation when picking up interior blitzes. That kind of awareness from a rookie is rare, and while Guyton had his moments of inconsistency, his ability to recover from mistakes and avoid compounding them was exactly what you want from a developing tackle, even when facing top defenses. Like the Eagles or 49ers, this group held their own. Were they perfect? No, but they weren't the reason Dallas missed the playoffs. Not even close. So, Cowboys Nation, here's the bottom line. Trading Micah Parsons is not the move. He's too young, too talented, and too critical to what this defense and this team is trying to build. The cost of replacing him is too high, and the risk of trying to hit big again in the draft is just too great. Instead of entertaining these wild trade scenarios, the front office needs to focus on locking Micah in long term and building a championship-caliber roster around him. Because when you've got a player like that on your team, you keep him, period. Now I want to hear from you. Would you ever trade Micah Parsons if it meant landing a bunch of high picks? Or are you all in on making him the face of the defense for years to come? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get this debate going down there. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed for more exclusive Cowboys content every week. We've got a wild off-season ahead, and you know we'll be breaking it all down right here with you. Until next time, go Cowboys!